Hello fish fools, Jeff here. So this is my red tank. It's a 5.5 gallon that I set up 6 months ago. It contains white cloud mountain minnows, and neocaridina cherry shrimp. So since I set this up 6 months ago, I haven't done anything with it because I didn't have a light and I didn't really pay attention to it. I would just go around feeding my tanks and drop a little bit of food in, and I would see that the surface would kind of splash a little bit from fish feeding, but I haven't really been looking inside. And now getting this light, the red is really in your face. I mean, when I set this up, I did sort of want to do something different with it, kind of with a red theme. When I set up my 84-gallon aquarium and I was getting the substrate for it, I think it was Petco, either Petco or PetSmart, and they had a little bag of this red gravel on sale, and I was just like, all right, what the hell, I'll get that for the 5.5 gallon. And I bought all this mopani wood for the purpose of covering the bottom. Like, I had an idea of just kind of entirely covering it with mopani wood. I bought a bunch of small pieces from petproducts.com, and all that mopani wood with the red lava rock right here, that pretty much covers everything. So the idea was I wanted this to be a white cloud breeding tank, so that if they were to scatter their eggs, they could fall in between the mopani wood, and put some java moss in here. And there's shrimp in here, so there's one right there. I didn't add shrimp, but the tank that I got the java moss out of has shrimp, and there must have been some hitchhikers on it, and when I put that in here, and now there's a population of cherry shrimp in here. There's several throughout. But yeah, so this is the light. This is a submersible light. This is a 5.5 gallon, came as a kit, but the light in the hood wore out, so I got this submersible light in here, and this is on the white setting. So it's an RGB light, red, green, blue, and it has this remote, but it is currently on the white setting. But looking at, like, as red as it is on the white setting, but it does, RGB, it does, the red does bring out the red. But this would be the red setting, like that. Green and blue. And this is the white. But yeah. And also with the mopani wood, I've been digging mopani wood. That's my favorite aquarium hardscape wood. It brings out tannins. So this is really dark water. I had the idea of being a dark water as like a dark water biotope with tinted water that's like tea colored. In my previous video I did show an example of how dark and tinted the water was from the tannins. So with the tinted water, the mopani wood, the red lava rock, the red gravel, and I got a red background for this. So this is the red tank. Now I was just talking to Mayor Grimball the other day, and he declared this the reddest tank in the land. So now that I have the light on this, I am going to do what I intended to do way back when, just haven't got around to it. A while back I got some baby brine shrimp eggs. So I still haven't hatched them out. So I am going to attempt to hatch out some baby brine shrimp for the first time, and then I will feed these white clouds live food, and that ought to induce spawning. So we'll try that. A little breeding project that this intended to be. Try to get that going. So yeah, you can see some our shrimp go by. And just for 6 months in the dark without any light, the Java moss held up pretty good. There's Java fern windalev in here. That did die off. It was nice and healthy and fresh plant. You can see it was attached to this lava rock when this was in another tank in one of my 10 gallons. And you can still, the rhizome is there with like the roots like clinging to that, but then these pieces is all that's left. It was a nice healthy green lush clump, but maybe there's a couple shrimp right there. One of them is saddled. Maybe now with the light, the Java fern can rebound. Yeah, so I added 6. At the time, I had 6 white clouds. There's 5 in here, so I was happy to see there was 5. I did know that one very early on after I moved them in here. I knew that I lost one. I wasn't sure, just because I haven't been checking in on this tank, and I knew there was at least something left because, like I said, when I would feed the tank, the surface would splash as they were feeding, but then I could see, like just in the dark, I flashed a light on it and saw there was 3, and then I thought there were 3, and then surprised another one swam by, and then oh, there's a 4th, and then after adding this light, there is a 5th. So I'm glad that it was just the one that was a loss, and I do believe there's at least one female in here. I did see the males earlier flashing, displaying their fins. But looking back in previous videos when these were my quarantine tank, I knew there was at least 2 plump females, and having lost only one of the 6 as a whole, the whole group, should be at least one female in here, and I believe that right there is a female. And I think that one also. Those 2 should be females. So yeah, should be able to try to get them breeding. Alright. So I will provide updates when I do that. And that's it for now. And remember, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies. Thanks for watching.